When the blinding lights of the Britain's Got Talent stage finally went permanently dark in 2026, millions of heavily dedicated global viewers completely assumed that Matty Juniosa was absolutely destined for massive, immediate mainstream global domination. He possessed the incredibly rare vocal architecture and the deeply profound emotional narrative required to instantly become an international superstar. However, the exact moment the television cameras stopped rolling, he seemingly vanished completely off the face of the earth, leaving a massive trail of deeply confused supporters desperately demanding answers. Today, we are going completely behind the highly secretive industry curtain to thoroughly investigate the terrifying reality of life after reality television. We will expose the brutal financial truths, the radical physical transformation, and the absolutely shocking underground master plan he is currently executing to permanently secure his legendary musical legacy. The immediate broadcasting silence. The absolute very first thing that deeply shocked the entire global entertainment industry immediately following his departure from the 2026 season of Britain's Got Talent was his incredibly aggressive strategic silence.
Normally, exiting contestants desperately attempt to instantly capitalize on their massive viral momentum by continuously appearing on countless morning television shows and giving hundreds of repetitive magazine interviews. Instead, Matty executed a total, highly calculated media blackout. By deliberately refusing to constantly feed the incredibly hungry corporate media machine, he instantly created a massive vacuum of profound mystery. This brilliant psychological maneuver completely forced the general public to actively search for him, transforming his highly anticipated next move into an incredibly valuable, deeply guarded global industry secret, rather than easily disposable entertainment news. A radical visual transformation. To completely understand his current, highly shocking status, we must carefully analyze his incredibly radical physical and aesthetic transformation. During his highly emotional television run, corporate producers carefully crafted a very specific, highly vulnerable visual persona that perfectly matched his dramatic vocal performances. Today, he has aggressively completely destroyed that specific manufactured image. Recent, highly exclusive sightings reveal a completely unrecognizable artist sporting an incredibly sharp, highly edgy, and deeply sophisticated visual aesthetic that screams modern independent superstar.
This massive aesthetic evolution is not merely a superficial fashion choice. It is a highly calculated psychological weapon specifically designed to permanently sever all visual ties to his heavily publicized reality television past and establish his absolute artistic independence. Rejecting the exploitative tour contracts. One of the most incredibly terrifying realities of the modern reality television broadcasting machine is the notoriously exploitative post-show touring contracts. Massive entertainment executives frequently attempt to permanently lock viral contestants into highly exhausting, incredibly underpaid global tours, where they are strictly forced to continuously sing the exact same cover songs for years. In a profoundly bold display of absolute artistic integrity, Matty reportedly completely rejected these incredibly lucrative but deeply creatively suffocating corporate offers. He incredibly bravely chose to walk entirely away from highly guaranteed, massive immediate financial payouts to strictly protect his long-term mental health and preserve his deeply complex original musical vision. A move that absolutely terrified traditional industry gatekeepers. The secret underground studio sessions. While millions of casual television viewers heavily assumed he had simply completely given up on his massive musical dreams, the absolute truth is infinitely more exciting.
He is currently spending thousands of highly secretive, completely unpublicized hours locked deep inside various underground recording studios across Europe. He has systematically completely bypassed the massive, highly controlling traditional record labels, choosing instead to collaborate directly with incredibly respected, deeply visionary independent producers. Together, they are meticulously engineering a massive library of original, highly experimental musical compositions that absolutely nobody has ever heard before. These highly guarded underground sessions represent the absolute foundation of his massive impending global industry takeover, the brutal financial reality of independence. Choosing the highly perilous path of absolute creative independence immediately following massive reality television exposure carries an incredibly heavy, frequently terrifying financial burden. Without the massive corporate backing of a traditional record label actively paying for expensive marketing campaigns and high-end music video productions, he is heavily relying on his own fiercely protected personal resources to completely fund his brand new musical empire. This brutal financial reality completely destroys the popular public illusion that television contestants are instantly transformed into massively wealthy millionaires overnight.
His immense willingness to heavily risk his own financial security absolutely proves that he is a profoundly dedicated, fiercely authentic artist who flatly refuses to compromise his magnificent creative soul for a quick corporate paycheck. Shifting the fan base architecture. A deeply fascinating consequence of his current underground status is the massive, highly strategic shift occurring within his global digital fan base architecture. The massive television broadcasts heavily attracted millions of casual viewers who strictly only wanted to hear highly emotional cover songs. By aggressively pivoting away from the mainstream spotlight, he has actively shed those casual followers, completely replacing them with a highly militant, fiercely dedicated core audience of serious international music connoisseurs. This highly exclusive, incredibly loyal digital community is infinitely more valuable to a long-term musical career, completely guaranteeing that whenever he finally decides to release his brand new original music, he will have a massive, highly organized digital army ready to heavily manipulate the global streaming algorithms. Surviving the psychological crash. We absolutely must acknowledge the incredibly dangerous, frequently terrifying psychological crash that inevitably follows a massive surge of international viral television fame.
Transitioning from receiving the daily, heavily aggressive adoration of millions of highly emotional viewers back into the profoundly quiet reality of normal daily life has permanently destroyed countless talented young artists. Matty has heavily prioritized carefully protecting his incredibly fragile mental health during this deeply chaotic transitional period. By intentionally stepping completely out of the blinding corporate spotlight, he allowed his mind and his magnificent voice to properly heal from the immense, completely unnatural pressures of competitive reality television, ultimately ensuring he remains profoundly strong for the massively demanding independent journey ahead. Forging a completely new sonic identity. The absolute most shocking revelation regarding his current whereabouts lies entirely within the completely radically transformed nature of his specific sonic identity. The powerful, highly dramatic vocal architecture that initially made him massively famous on Britain's Got Talent was merely the absolute basic foundation. Insiders with highly exclusive access to his current unreleased studio recordings report that he has completely abandoned the safe, heavily predictable pop ballad formula. He is now utilizing his incredibly massive vocal range to continuously explore highly complex, deeply layered alternative musical genres.
This highly sophisticated, entirely brand new sound is specifically engineered to permanently shatter all industry expectations and brutally demand the absolute immediate respect of serious international music critics. Battling the stubborn industry gatekeepers. Despite his undeniable, profoundly world-class vocal talent, his current highly independent journey is aggressively blocked by massive, heavily stubborn traditional industry gatekeepers. Highly powerful streaming platform curators and massive radio network executives frequently possess a deeply prejudiced, incredibly toxic bias against anyone permanently associated with reality television broadcasting. Matty is actively fighting a massive, deeply invisible industry war to force these highly elitist corporate executives to completely separate his magnificent current original artistry from his heavily televised past. He is strictly refusing to utilize his television history as a crutch, actively demanding to be thoroughly judged absolutely strictly on the profoundly undeniable quality of his brand new musical creations. The imminent global reemergence. Ultimately,
The incredibly shocking truth about where he is absolutely right now is that he is patiently waiting in the dark shadows, heavily preparing to launch a massive, highly calculated global industry invasion.
He is not hiding out of profound fear. He is strategically completely regrouping, quietly sharpening his magnificent vocal weapons, and carefully assembling a highly sophisticated independent corporate team. When the specific timing is absolutely perfect, he will suddenly completely re-emerge onto the massive global stage, permanently shocking the entire world with an incredibly powerful, deeply authentic original project that will completely rewrite reality television history. His massive silence is absolutely not the heartbreaking end of his incredible story. It is simply the breathtakingly quiet prologue to an absolutely legendary musical empire.